Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you are hale and hearty. Welcome to NIEVS Homeschool. This is Fatema Sabrin Shikha, Assistant Teacher of National Ideal English Version School, Morning Shift. Today I am going to take home science class for the students of class 8 on the topic Chapter 1, Lesson 3 and 4. I am repeating, today our topic is Chapter 1, Lesson 3 and 4, and it will be reading done today. Students, this is lecture number 2, while our homework number will be also 2. Now students, take your textbook. I am going to read from chapter 1, lesson 3 and 4. So let's start. Chapter 1, lesson 3. For these students, go to page number 7. Lesson 3 is about money management. Money is one of the main material resources of the family. We know money is very important in our life, so it is a material resource. Every family owns some money. Like other resources, money is also limited. All the demands of family are met with this limited money. We know we have a lot of need, we need money, but this material resource is limited. We have not lot of money. With this, we can't afford our all needs. The family members earn this money through various sources. So as money is limited, our family members work hard to earn money from different types of sources. Our demands are endless, but money is also a limited resource. As I said, we have a lot of demand or need, but money is not like our demands. It is limited. As it is limited resource, we have to meet all our family needs through this. Proper use of money can only meet our demands without any wastage. So if we spend our money in proper way, we can meet all the demands in proper way. It means only the money management can fulfill our all kinds of demands. In money management, we have to plan a budget with the knowledge of total income and expenditure of the family. So we have to think about our expenditure, where we have to spend our monies, and the source of our income. Then we have to balance our income and expenditure. Priority should go to more important needs. We have to work on priority basis. Which one is most important, where we have to spend much and where we don't have to, we have to realize that first. Budget is the main technique by which the family goals can be achieved with limited income. Simply speaking, budget is the pre-planning of spending money. So if we pre-plan before spending money, we can fulfill our lots of demands. Next, we will learn about necessity of making a budget. Why making budget is necessary? Here we will learn about this. Come to first point. Budget gives a proper idea about income and expenditure. If you have your budget, then you will get a clear idea about your income and expenditure. Next one, helps to maintain balance between income and expenditure. Next, savings head of budget helps family savings. And next one is the most essential need of our family can be fulfilled by budget on priority basis. Now go to page number 8. There are a lot of necessity of making budget. Next one is budget checks wastage, brings solvency. And last one is helps the family members to form the habit of frugality. So if we maintain the budget, if we follow the necessity of making a budget, we can find out where we have to spend and we can enhance the sources of our income. Next, we will learn about rules for preparing family budget. Budget can vary according to income of the family. There may be daily budget, monthly budget, etc. So you know, we are living in a family. There are a lot of family members, so we have to think about our income and we have to make a budget, and this budget can be daily budget and monthly budget. We must be careful to maintain 3 things to make a budget. First one is budget is to be prepared on the basis of goal. So goals should be determined before making a budget. So before making a budget, you have to determine, you have to think about your budget, then you can fulfill it. And next step you have to follow, and it is total earned income needs to be identified. Income from different sources will be added to have a clear idea about income. And thirdly, different heads of expenditure need to be determined and should be arranged on priority basis. Food, clothing, housing, medical treatment, education, savings and entertainment need separate heads. So basically we are talking about 5 basic needs, and they are food, clothing, housing, medical treatment, education. And you have to focus on this so that you can first meet your basic needs. How much money is needed for each head should also be identified. Each head has subheads also. Allocation should also be kept for subheads. Money management should be done considering the needs of all family members. So first we have to think about our income, then we have to think about our family members. At the time of money management, the presence of all family members, their opinions, likings and dislikings should be given importance. So not only we will think about your family members, we have to give priority on their opinions, their likings and dislikings. Proper planning can save the family from economic crisis. If we do proper planning, and we don't have to face economic problem or crisis. In planning budget, attention needs to be paid to market price. Not only budget planning, we have to think about the market price. Expenditure can never exceed income. The less important demands may be deducted if crisis appears. Implementation is the next step of a budget. This is important. After making budget, what is the next step? It is implementation. The budget will not be effective without implementation. By implementation, a good habit of spending money properly can be developed. So, by implementation, a good habit of spending money properly can be developed. Finally, we have to evaluate how much effective the budget is. It is if it fails, the cause of failure should be identified for further correction. So after making a budget, proper budget planning, we have to find out the effectiveness of it. If it fails, then we have to find out the mistake and further we can make correction. Next, go to page number 9. A budget needs to be balanced. If the income coincides with expenditure, a balanced budget is made. For example, if the monthly income of a family is 20,000 taka and all the heads of budget can be met with that amount, it can be called a balanced budget. So you can understand what is a balanced budget. If the expenditure is bigger than the income, it is called a deficit budget. Mark this line, it is important. If the expenditure is bigger than the income, it is called a deficit budget. A deficit budget is not an expected budget. When the expenditure exceeds income, it is a deficit budget. Deficit budget brings burden of loan for the family. So if it happens, you will not be able to fulfill your demands. Further, you have to carry the burden of loan. Surplus budget is the best budget. After meeting all the expenses, when some amount of it is still left over, money can be spent for some other purposes. So among these budgets, surplus budget is the most or best budget for a family, because after doing expenses, we can save some money from this budget. Now students, come to lesson 4. Here we will learn about proper use of joint resources of the family. Joint resources are those which are used by all members of the family. The household fittings like light, electric fan, newspaper, telephone, toilet, tap water and courtyard or compound are all joint resources. It means in a family we live father, mother, brother, grandfather, sister, lot of people. It is called joint family, and there are a lot of things we have to share with each other, such as light, electric fan, newspaper, telephone, toilet, tap water, or courtyard or compound. All these are called joint resources. Special care is necessary for their use as slight carelessness may lead to misunderstanding among family members. For proper use of joint resources, the family members need to be prepared to sacrifice personal interest. In order to maintain good family relationship, every member needs understanding in using joint resources. Next, light. Light is used in every room. The light mode varies depending on the nature of work. 2 or 3 members of a room may have different types of work, but separate arrangement of light in this case is not possible. A bedroom is used for study and sleep, but when one sleeps early, the other can use a tap lamp. It will ensure comfort for everyone. Using several lights for the works which may be done in the same light would causes wastage. To avoid wastage, everybody should grow the habit of putting off the light after use. Next, electric fan. A room can be shared by more than one member. The fan meets the need of all. Some need more air than others. The person who needs more air can use the space just under the fan where others can go for. Fan should be used in slow motion for the sake, so fan needs to be used by considering everybody's demand. Next, newspaper. Newspaper supplies news of home and abroad. Therefore, everybody should have the facility for reading newspaper. The senior members read newspaper first, but the office-going people should be given preference. The youngsters can read it either jointly or one after another. Some newspapers supply exciting news which attracts all members. In this case, loud reading by one member can help others to listen. Moreover, different pages can be divided among the members to have the benefit. On the end of the day, the paper should be arranged serially and be kept in a fixed place. Next, telephone. Telephone is an easy medium for communication. The set should not be engaged for useless talk as it can create problems for urgent message. After exchanging important news, the receiver needs to be kept in proper place. It is to be remembered that telephone should be used for important messages. Toilet or bathroom. Each house may have one or more toilets. Usually, it so happens that there are more members in comparison to the number of toilets. So, in using this important place, necessity is the priority. The office goers or the school goers should be given priority in using toilet in the morning. Toilets should not be engaged for a long time unnecessarily. Regular cleaning of toilet is very important. The floor should be dry and not slippery. Toilet should be kept hygienic and germ-free. Tap water. Everybody should work with understanding in using tap water for different works. Water is necessary for washing utensils, clothing, vegetables, and cooking. It would be easier to do different works in separate places, taking water from the tap, avoiding sitting under the tap. In order to check water wastage, the tap should be closed properly. Floor space needs to be kept neat and clean. Water of well. In remote areas, there are some special kind of wells for water. Facilities need to be provided for everybody to take water from the well. Unnecessary blocking of pails for water creates problems for others. After taking water, the well needs to be covered. Keeping the surroundings of the well clean is everybody's responsibility. And last one is compound. People gossip in the compound and do gardening in it also. The compound needs to be kept neat and clean. Withered leaves, weeds, bushes need to be cleaned so that the body and mind can be sound and fit. Students, I hope you can understand how you have to use joint resources and how you can be benefited from all these resources. That's all for today. For lesson 3 and 4, now students, I am providing your homework. Your homework will be 5 one-word answer from chapter 1, lesson 3 and 4. Students, that's all for today. Hope you have understood today's topic. Keep practicing at home and abide by your parents. Stay well and see you again. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.